The destroyers of happy marriage in astrology. The dance of malefic planets in your chart which are secretly eating your life, your peace, alright, and you are not able to understand that which is that particular planet which is creating so much of indifference, so much of problems, so much of misunderstanding, issues, separative tendencies, court case like situation in your married life. And this video is also gonna create a lot of karmic baggage upon my shoulders, because I am going to bring out the truth, the underlying webs of malefic planets, and give it to you now, which you have never heard or seen in your life. So in this video, I am not going to talk about the fundamentals of matching your horoscope, where a person is doing a Kundli Milan and talking about the 36 gunas. This is something beyond the scope and reach of a conventional normal person, and I would also like to say normal astrologers, because such sort of discoveries take time, take experience and a lot of effort to bring out and give it to you guys, alright. So this video is the destroyers of happy marriage in astrology, the dance of malefic planets in your horoscope. So there is an interconnection of planets, and this interconnection of planets affect us in a layer that is beneath the realm of chart prediction, alright. I know that things are going like a bouncer, but eventually it will make sense. Just hold on and watch this video, alright. So would you believe if I told you that the presence of Rahu in the sign of Libra in your life partner's horoscope, and you being born as an Aries ascendant, is an indication of separation and problems in your married life? You wouldn't believe, right? Would you believe if I told you that, let's say that you have got a Saturn debilitated in the 7th house of your horoscope, and because of that your life partner is suffering from health problems, and ever since you guys have married, one partner is irritating the other partner because of certain placements, and the other partner's energy is going and impacting the other partner, and it is causing health issues, alright. So you don't know, there is no placement of malefics in the 7th house of either your horoscope or your life partner's horoscope in the Lagna chart or in the Navamsha chart, but there are placements of malefics in signs that fall in the 1-7 axis of your life partner. So if I have to explain it in words, I will get into it, alright. So in order to crack this secret code, we have to jump into this horoscope and we have to find out how there is an intertwining and connection of malefics that are actually afflicting your life, your married life, alright. So the first thing is that, let's say that you are an Aries ascendant and you have Venus in the 7th house in the sign of Libra, alright. There is no malefic aspect of either Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Mars, Sun in your 7th house, alright. But ever since you have married a person, your married life is very difficult. There are problems after problems, and you wonder, I am showing my chart to astrologers. There are so many astrologers who are saying that, hey, you have got Venus in the 7th house in its own sign Libra, and it is a Pancha Mahapurush Yoga called Malav Yoga, and because of which you will be blessed with a very good wife. There will be a lot of peace, harmony, your spouse is going to be supportive, alright. But you have missed one thing, that your wife or spouse can be any Lagna person, any ascendant person, but if the Libra sign of your spouse is afflicted by either Saturn or Rahu or Ketu or Sun or Mars, that is malefics, and if these malefics are placed in either debility or inimical sign, that is the indicator that even though your life partner's chart is not showing divorce, even though your chart is not showing divorce, but because of the zodiac sign which is falling in your 7th house Libra is afflicted in your life partner's horoscope due to the placement of malefics like Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Mars, Sun, it is causing incompatibility, and because of that separation is happening, guys. Can you believe the depth of this, alright. So on the flip side, let's say that you are a guy or a girl, doesn't matter, Libra ascendant, alright, and your 7th house is Aries, alright. Now, you have a Jupiter in the 7th house in the sign of Aries, and Jupiter in the 7th house shows that the life partner is going to be guru like and wise, supportive, etc., etc., etc. That is the general dictum and prediction, alright. But in your spouse's chart, your spouse is, let us say, a Gemini ascendant, alright. So, for a Gemini ascendant, the 11th house is ruled by Aries sign. So, the Aries sign falls in the 11th house, and Saturn is debilitated in the 11th house, alright. Now, 11th house has not got much connection with the marriage because it is the 5th from the 7th. So, it is not a malefic house for the marriage, but because you are a Libra ascendant and you have Aries sign falling in your 7th house, and you have chosen to marry a person who is a Gemini ascendant or a Cancer ascendant or whatever ascendant, doesn't matter. In my example, I was saying a Gemini ascendant and Saturn debilitated in the 11th house. This Saturn will create problems, arguments, fights, misunderstanding, verbal degradation of each other, using unparliamentary words in the relationship. So, this is going to happen, alright. So, watch this video again and again and try to understand what I am saying. So, first you have to identify the zodiac signs falling in your 1st house and 7th house in the Lagna chart and the Navamsha chart, alright. So, you are, let us say, a Libra ascendant. So, in the Lagna chart you are a Libra ascendant. So, the sign of Libra and the sign of Aries, because the 7th sign is Aries, and in the Navamsha, let us say you are a Saggy ascendant. So, the sign Sagittarius and the sign Gemini, these 4 zodiac sign becomes important in maintaining the harmony of your married life, alright. Now, when you are seeing the chart of your spouse, if you are considering someone to marry someone, if you are considering to marry someone, in that particular person's horoscope, the 7th house has an exalted Venus or an exalted Jupiter in Cancer, whatever the case may be. But if these 4 zodiac signs that are controlling the Lagna and the 7th house of your Lagna chart, that is the D1 chart and the Navamsha chart, is having malefics in your life partner or spouse's chart, then these malefics will become the destroyer, which will create hell in your married life, and this will be the dance of the malefic planets, alright. I will give you an example, alright, then only you will be able to understand, because there are so many elements to it and at times even I get confused to intertwine and connect the dots, alright. So, consider that you are a Capricorn ascendant, alright, and being a Capricorn ascendant, your 1st zodiac sign is Capricorn itself, that is the 1st house of your Lagna chart, and the 7th zodiac sign is Cancer itself, alright. And in the Navamsha chart, let us say you are a Pisces ascendant and 12 number sign, which is Pisces ruled by Jupiter, and 6 number sign, which is Virgo, is falling in your 1st house and 7th house axis, okay. So, now you know that I am a Makar Lagna and Capricorn is an important zodiac sign for my relationship because it is the 7th from the 7th house, and Cancer is very important because it is directly the 7th house, which is showing the experience and energy play of your life partner in your life. And because you are a Pisces ascendant in the Navamsha Lagna, that is the first house of the D9 chart, so Pisces becomes very important and Virgo becomes very important, alright. Now, let us say that you have good planets, let us say you are a Capricorn ascendant and you have got, let us say, Moon in the 7th house. So, Moon is an own sign, so it has to be good, right. And in the Navamsha chart also, let us say you are a Pisces ascendant and you have Mercury exalted in Virgo, okay. Now, open the chart of your life partner, and in the chart of your life partner, open the Lagna chart, open the Navamsha chart and identify in which house these signs are falling, that is Capricorn sign, Cancer sign, Pisces sign and Virgo sign. Now, in your life partner or spouse's chart, even though the 1st house and the 7th house of your spouse's Lagna chart is promising good marriage, the 1st house of the D9 chart and the 7th house of the D9 chart is promising good yogas or good marriage, but if there are placements of Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Sun, Mars in debilitation or in negative signs, that is unfriendly or inimical signs, then it will create a lot of problems in your compatibility, and because of which at times when there is a transit and that planet returns back to that particular sign, there will be a lot of problems and it can lead to divorce like situation also. Alright, I will give you another example. Let us say that you are a Sagittarius ascendant, right. So, for a Sagittarius ascendant, Sagittarius sign falls in your first house and Gemini sign falls in your 7th house. And similarly, let us say in the Navamsha chart you are an Aries ascendant and Aries falls in your first house of your D9 chart and Libra falls in the 7th house of your D9 chart. Okay. Now, let us say in the D1 chart you have got Mercury in Gemini itself in the Lagna chart, and in the Navamsha chart you have got Venus Moon conjunction in Libra in the 7th house. Alright. So, that is showing a very good married life. Okay. Now, you open your future would be, could be or present spouse's horoscope and there see the first house and 7th house of the Lagna chart and the first house of the D9 chart and the 7th house of the D9 chart. And even if there is no malefic influence there and there is no problem being indicated, but if Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Sun, Mars are placed in bad dignity in these signs of your horoscope, which is controlling the first house and 7th house axis, problems guys. So, if Sagittarius sign is being afflicted by a Rahu, or if Gemini sign is being afflicted by a Ketu in your life partner's horoscope, or if Aries sign is afflicted by a debilitated Saturn, or if Libra sign is afflicted by a debilitated Sun in your life partner's horoscope, does not matter in whichever house it is placed, 11th house, 5th house, 9th house, whatever the hell house it is placed, but if there is an affliction in the sign which is controlling your 1 and 7 axis of your D1 chart and D9 chart, then definitely it is an indicator of problems. So, I have seen example charts where a person is an Aries ascendant and the person marries somebody who is a Libra ascendant and has a debilitated Saturn in the 7th house in Aries and is suffering from health problems. And also, I have seen that a person is a Scorpio ascendant and the Lagna lord of Scorpio is Mars and the person has a good Mars in the horoscope, but this person chooses to marry another person who is having a debilitated Mars in his or her horoscope, and ever since the person has married that person with the debilitated Mars, property problems and disputes start coming. Okay. Now, we can take this further and extend it to the next level, that is even higher level. Venus is the significator of spouse in a guy's chart and Jupiter is the significator of spouse in a girl's chart. Alright. Now, the 7th zodiac sign from Venus becomes very important in the harmony of the relationship for a guy, and the 7th zodiac sign from Jupiter becomes very important in balancing and maintaining harmony for the girl. Alright. Now, if you are having or if you are marrying a girl who is having afflicted or malefic planets in that particular zodiac sign which is 7th from your Venus. I am repeating, if you are marrying a girl who is having an affliction in that particular zodiac sign which is falling in the 7th sign from your Venus, then gone, you are going to face problems in your married life. Similarly, if a girl is marrying a guy who has malefics like Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Ketu, Sun in that particular sign which is 7th from your Jupiter, then also gone, misunderstanding, problems, disputes, fights. So, this is the highest level in which misunderstandings and energy distortion can happen in your horoscope. Alright. So, I do not know if I have explained it properly to you or if I have confused you, I am not sure of it, but I have tried to or attempted to tell you that these are the hidden malefic combinations which doesn't show to the visible eye, but at some particular layer and aspect they are affecting the energy of you and your spouse, your married life, and that is creating a ruckus, right. So, after watching this video in its entirety, if you have liked this video, please hit the like button. If you have disliked this video, please hit the dislike button. and subscribe to Purab's Universe, because only if you subscribe to Purab's Universe you will get such mad scientist type of content. And take care of yourself, take care of the elderly people and the stray animals around you. This is Purab signing off from Purab's Universe. Adios, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.